Wow. That's a lot of control. Hey guys, what's up? V8 Merc here, and I'm going to show you guys how the grip ring attaches to the AR15 and actually how it handles a more dynamic view. So on this one, they attach right onto the A2 grips. You don't need anything special or anything like that. You get your cheap surplus A2 grips, or people have them in their parts box because they changed them out for aftermarket ones. And then it just attaches with 3 simple screws, and what the whole idea here is that it blocks off your thumb from going to the other side, preventing a pistol grip like grasp on your rifle. And on this side we also have the thumb shelf attachment, which gives a nice perch for your thumb to go onto, so you have more control over your rifle, even with this grip wing attached to the other side. So as you can see, our thumb can't go to the other side here. And what we're going to do is take some shots with it. This, by the way, is a 5.45 by 39 AK-74 caliber AR-15 or AR type rifle. Now, one thing I want to note is that I'll make sure this is empty. It is. So one thing I want to note is when your finger goes over this thumb shelf, you can try going underneath. It's recommended to go over. It actually ends up putting the pad of your trigger finger right on top of the trigger so that you can pull straight back on the trigger and not side to side. Just like that. And it actually aids in a better, faster trigger pull without really too much movement per se. So let's go ahead and give it a few more rounds because there's not much more to talk about. I mean, that's just, it is what it is and it works. And it does really give you a good grip on your rifle. This is a 16-inch barrel rifle here. That's I think a heavy barrel contour H-bar, and it's a full-size A2 stock. And it's got this Burris AR332 on it. So you can see with all of that control, I can handle that rifle. And we're going to go ahead and try a couple other mags. Oh, this is an awkward one. And you guys can see how it just feels so natural to put your hand like this. This thumb shelf really helps a lot. I was actually surprised on how good it places your finger on the trigger. It wasn't designed to do that, it just happens to do that. And that's one thing I really like about that whole thumb shelf deal. It will attach to any type of grip that you have out there, so it's not limited to this grip. The only footprint that it has is that it's 1 inch long by a 1/2 inch wide. So if you have that much space there, you can place one of these there. And again, on these, I recommend you put the first screw in and then don't do the second screw, and then find out what angle this will go to. The screw depth on these will only go through the plastic. It won't protrude further out and touch the lower receiver, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright guys, so just wanted to show you guys the dynamic view of the grip wing attachment, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thanks. One thing I want to point out is that this trigger is a Milspec trigger with Milspec springs. Actually, it's not even Milspec spring, it's a Wolf enhanced spring, because this is that Soviet Comblock ammo, so it needs a little bit heavier or harder strike to it. So it has a Wolf extra power spring in there. Let's go ahead and drop the magazine. We are empty here. And I haven't cleaned it in such a long time. And as you can see in there, that is just a Milspec fire control group with even a heavier hammer spring actually, and it's nice and dirty. Just a little bit of grease in between the trigger and the hammer, and that's it. So we're not running a special $200 trigger or anything like that. It just works great.